calls for people. It looks like this. My team needs some of you. And I'm like, what does that mean? They're like, they need some tough love. And I'm like, okay. So this is my tough love training, I feel like. But know that it comes with total and complete love. So, I also changed what some of the letters stand for because, listen, I don't like to be boxed in. And once I committed to grind, I decided I didn't like the N. So I had to change it. But we'll get there. All right, so G. Anybody want to take a guess what G stands for? Except it's in your workbook. That's a stupid joke. I changed that too. It's gratitude. So scratch that out. It's not grit. Just kidding. Gratitude. This is what happens when I have to commit ahead of time, right? Gratitude. All right, listen to this quote. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you have now was once among the things you only hoped for. Okay, so I'm going to give you an analogy, and Brittany uses this all the time, so if you're on our team, you've heard it. It's a cookie story, okay? I've already done a cookie story, because you'll need to tell this to your team one day. So you stayed home today, and you baked cookies, right? You spent 2 hours making homemade, milled from a wheat machine, cookies for your family, like homemade, organic, gluten-free cookies. Or if you're in my house, you made the cookies from the bag. But no, you spent some time cooking, and one kid rushes in, and he gobbles up his cookie, and he looks at you and says, "What? That's all I get? That's all you made for me?" How would you feel? Then you have the other kid, me as a child, walk in and say, "Oh, Mom, you made these cookies. Like, you took time out of your day to make these cookies for us. You did not have to do that." And then I eat my cookie, and it's fantastic. I'm like, "Mom, this is the best cookie ever. Like, it's so good. May I have more, please?" Think about how you'll respond to those two children. They both want more. But what child won lacking? Gratitude. Gratitude. Think about for a second which one of those kids you behave like when you log into your back office. What? That's all? That's all there is for me? Or are we happy, thankful, more, please? If you showed up to this retreat feeling frustrated with your business, or angry, or doubtful, or fearful, you are the first child. If you're focused on the right things, here's what you should be thinking. Happy, thank you, more please. Every day, the first thing out of your mouth, before you pull up back office, happy, thankful, more please. Happy is the joy, right? I'm so blessed for what I have in this business. There are people in this business who would give anything for what you have. Happy is the joy. Thank you, team. Thank you that you do this with me. Thank you, team, that I'm not in this by myself. Thank you for what you represent, the hope, the future that we have on this team. Thank you for impacting others. Let's do this some more, please. Happy, thankful, more, please. Who do you think will work better with you? People who you're saying happy, thankful, more, please? Or the people that you're saying, what, that's it? That's all you've got for me? All right, listen. Your mindset, your thoughts, will always determine your feelings. Write that down. My thoughts determine my feelings. And those feelings will determine your actions. So thoughts, feelings, actions, results. Before the thought comes a circumstance, okay? That's what's really going to blow your mind is that sometimes we think our thoughts are the circumstance. The circumstance is, I'm frustrated in my business. Wrong. It's not a circumstance. Circumstance is factual, right? Can be measured. Circumstance, my points are blank. It cannot be my points are only blank. My points are just blank, because right there, just in that word, you've attached a thought. The circumstance could be, my points are blank. You get to choose what you think about that. I should be further along by now. My business isn't growing. Also, not a circumstance. It's a thought that you're having about wherever your points are. That thought determines your feelings. So when you guys are over there thinking, well, I feel this way because of this result, wrong. The result is a result of your feelings. You created it. You created it. There's so much. I wish I could train on the thought model with you guys all the time. But just know your thoughts determine your feelings. It is never the other way around. If you're feeling some type of way, there's a thought that you've accepted that has allowed it. If you feel frustrated in your business, you're thinking something that allows you to feel that way. The thought always comes first. Okay. Let's see. Guys, listen. Everything that you have comes from the Lord. Everything. You have a choice to be grateful for that. If not, what you're doing is saying, you're not doing enough for me. He already did all he can do for you. He has done it all. The ultimate thing he did for you. The rest is icing on the cake. How do you get to decide that it ain't enough or fast enough or wrong? All right. I want everybody to pull out your phone. Man, this is the best training. Oh, yeah, look at that message real fast. Pull out your phone. Go to your back office. Come on, quickly. You know how to do this. Y'all can do it in your sleep. I want you to write down 2 numbers. Your points from March of 2019 and your points for March of 2020. Some of you weren't even here. It proves my point. Write a big fat 0 if you weren't here. 2 numbers. Points for March of 2019 and points for March of 2020. And then points from 2021. So that's actually 3 numbers. Told y'all math's not a thing. March. All the Marches. Anybody not know how to find that? March of 19, March of 20, and March of 21.
It's the second one.
Well, you weren't here in March of 2019. So yeah, March of 19, March of 20, March of 21. So basically last month's points, 12 months prior. So Brittany can't scroll that far either for some reason. I can go back to my very first month ever. It must have been some, I don't know. All right, is anybody still working on it? I'm holding. All right, what I want you to do is spend a couple minutes just looking at those numbers. Look at where you've come in 24 months, some of you. 12 months, some of you. Less than a year, some of you. Let's do this. If your points are ahead of if your points in March of 2020 were ahead of where they were in March of 2019, clap. If you weren't here in March of 2019, then they're ahead. You're up, right? You guys, sometimes we forget to sit and go, man. We look at points this month and we say, oh my gosh, points are down. What do I do? Oh no, points are down. Y'all listen, the reason points are down because we just finished our very first success sprint quarter ever. So guess what happened in March, y'all? There's a man at the door. There was a man at the door.
Yeah, he's the fireplace man. That's what it says on his truck.
Sorry, I got that situational awareness. I'm about to chunk this mic. I'm taking that one customer. was pushing for prizes, right? We had a big sale. So your team was closing the deal. They were helping reach their goals. They were helping you reach your quarter one goals. It's normal that there's ebbs and flows. Fallon mentioned this and wanted it specifically talked about. It's normal. It's the first time we've ever worked our business in a quarterly format, right? How many of you won Success Sprint prizes? Lots of people won lots of prizes. Gratitude in that and being okay with the fact that after a major flow, sometimes comes a small ebb. Think to myself, okay, I need to be aware. This may be set up again for quarter two. You know the antidote for that? Create new leaders at the end of quarter two. You want your points to be up in month one of quarter three? Create new leaders. Okay? It's okay that there's a learning curve. No need to panic. Right? Unfortunately, business doesn't go like this generally. We wish that it did, right? Listen, some of you are on the team call I did. 60 months I've been doing this, okay? Well, this one a little bit more. Out of those, 29 of them, my points were down instead of up. 29 months. I sent Brittany a Mayday message on the 28th. The world's falling apart. Oh my God, my points suck. I'm terrible. What do I do? No, I'm not even kidding. And she would expect it. Come first thing in the morning, she would help me through it. We'd move on by lunch. Listen, it's so true. 29 of those months. But I think sometimes we sit back there and think, oh, man, if I were good at this, this would be easier. Y'all, this is normal. This is normal. You're just looking for up over time. So if you're comparing quarterly, yearly, and things are moving up, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. It's normal. Okay, so be grateful. All right, R. I'm so excited about this. R stands for resilience. I don't know what I put in the workbook, but I'm telling you now it stands for resilience. Listen, I had a joke. What I was going to put in the workbook was R stands for rest. No, it don't. I am the anti-hustle girl, okay? I firmly believe in hard work. Okay. Yeah, so R does not stand for rest. You can rest for about as long as it takes to say rest. All right, so the definition of resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. The capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. It couples right up with my favorite word, grit, which stands for courage and strength of character. Let's talk about integrity for a second. Sometimes people think integrity just means doing the right thing when nobody's watching. They taught me that in school, and there was a poster on my teacher's wall, you know. So when she would say, I'm going to the restroom now, remember, integrity means doing the right thing even when I'm not looking. That's what she was telling me, right? Not just me specifically, but probably. But when I think about integrity, think about the integrity of a ship. Okay, how many of y'all like Dr. Henry Cloud? This is all him. The integrity of a ship. When you think about a ship having integrity, what does that mean to you? It doesn't mean that the ship is morally doing the right thing. It means that it's going to withstand rough waters, damaging winds, flooding, its ability to withstand. So when someone looks at you and says, Christina, you have grit, what they're really saying is, we knew you would never quit. We trusted that your integrity was strong and that you would figure it out, even if you capsized a few times. And I did. Many times. How many of you know that I missed the rank of senior Ruby by 3 points? Yeah. Went to sleep. I'm telling you something. Maybe it's a personality thing. Went to sleep thinking I killed that. I'm not kidding. Brittany's like, we really should stay awake till back on Sundays. I'm like, you're such a tight 6. I'm going to bed. The next morning I was like, we really should have stayed awake till back off of Sunday. I am not senior Ruby. But there were people on my team that said, are you going to keep going? Like, you were so close. Are you going to keep going? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to keep going. I was so close. We're right there. Resilience. Okay. So, on your handout, you have this weird looking upside down triangle. This is the emotional cycle of change. And I'm about to really dramatically change your life. Okay? Listen, this business will feel hard so let's talk about it. So you see phase 1, uninformed, or it says uniformed because apparently my assistant doesn't want to spell uninformed. Rachel. So that's supposed to say uninformed. Uninformed. Sorry. All right, everybody act right. All right, uninformed optimism. So this is when you've all had that business owner that's like, oh, I'm going to be a diamond that day one. She's never been in your T page. She probably don't even know how to spell plexus yet, but she's so excited. Y'all had them? So excited, right? They are imagining all the benefits. They've already changed their screen to like Alexis on their phone cover. Like they are in it. All the ways that Plexus is going to be just fantastic. They've yet to experience any of the cost of building. Right? They see all the benefits and none of the downside. I had the same attitude when I decided I was going to train for a bikini competition. Uninformed optimism. Basically, ignorance is bliss is what that means. Right? Uninformed optimism. Unfortunately, that stage doesn't last for very long, right? As you learn more about the reality of what it takes to change, positive emotions can kind of sour, right? So you see you're high on the optimism scale, you're excited, you're high emotional state, and then basically as you come to know reality, sometimes in this you drop below that optimism-pessimism line, and that's called informed pessimism. Congratulations, Rachel spelled that correctly. This is characterized by a shift